All right, are we ready to go? Standing up nice and tall, off the couches, off your chairs, off your bums, standing up tall. Today we are going to do a arms workout. So we're going to work on toning and lengthening those arms. We're also going to work on the shoulders, the upper back. And if you do start to feel it into your neck at all, just make sure you lower the arms a little bit, bend the elbows a little bit, make your arms just that little bit lighter, put the weights down if that's an option, or the resistance band, okay, and just make sure that you do release that neck a little bit. Also, we want to make sure we're not looking upwards at all, so we're just going to gently tuck the chin and feel the back of the neck lengthen as we pull up towards the ceiling. All right, let's add the arms in, breathing in and deep breath out. So we're just going to get them moving gently right now. So no tight arms, no stretching, just gently moving. Let's go again, breathing in and out and breathing in and deep breath out. Good, take the legs wide, right arm up, deep breath out, over we go, keeping the arm long and above the head. Breathing in, deep breath out. Let's do that again, breathing in and out. And breathing in and deep breath out. Coming back to the center now. Arms out to the side, we're going to breathe in and bring the arms up and down. Rise up right through the feet, come as tall as you can. Deep breath in and out. And breathing in and out. And again. And deep breath out. Good. Take your arms out to the side, shoulders down, little twist to the right now. And slowly around to the left. Now when we twist, we want to make sure those hips are facing forward and the arms are out to the side the whole time. Deep breath out, slowly round. Keep the legs and feet nice and still, then you'll know the hips are facing forward still. And chest is open. Last one. Deep breath out as you come round. And coming back to the center. Good, let's take those arms down again. We're going back to those rises. So breathing in and out. And breathing in and out. And again. Long arms, but shoulders relaxed. 2 more, and down, lifting the pelvic floor. Good, let the arms hang down by your side now, drop the chin down to the chest, and as you breathe out, you're going to slowly roll that body down towards the floor. So you're hanging upside down, relax your neck, deep breath out, roll back up, lift up out of the hips, and breathing in. Deep breath out. As we come down, we want those arms relaxed the whole time. You can gently stretch through the shoulders if you leave your arms heavy, and then slowly rolling back up and standing tall again. Good, we're going to take the arms out a little and just circle those wrists now. Good, changing direction. Good, and take the arms a little higher. We're going to circle forward, keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the arms nice and long, circling forward. Now circling backwards, gently opening the chest. And we want to do backwards second because we want to feel the chest open. So let's go again, circling forward, keep it small and controlled. You can feel the shoulders starting to work in the upper arms. Let's take it backwards now. Good. chest is opening. Maybe get a little squeeze between the shoulder blades as well. Let's take those arms up and shoulders down. Lift the right shoulder and lower. Lift the left up and lower. Both together, up and down. And again, right and lower and left and lower. Both together, up and down. Turn the palms, bring the hands together. So we're bringing the forefingers and the thumb together into a diamond shape. So keep your palms facing forward and those fingers glued together. Without looking down at your toes, you're going to slide your hands down behind your head. If you can't get them right down behind your head, just tap the fingers or the thumbs to the top of the head and then stretch up. So to here, if you can't pull them down, otherwise go as far as you can. Keeping those elbows out to the side. Now you are going to feel this in the top of the shoulders. You are going to feel this down the arms. Try not to look at the floor. We don't want to be moving our head out of the way. Let's do 5 and reach and 4. Hands glued together and 3. Palms open and 2. Last one and 1. Good, stretch, nice long arms and all the way down. Good, we're going to take the right arm out now, take it across the body and gently draw it towards you. Good, and open out and take it down. Other arm across the body and draw it towards you. Good, and open out and take it down. Bring the arms forward, palms facing the floor. Now we want to make sure the hands are in front of the shoulders, not the chest. Okay, so take them out so that they slide down in straight lines and up and gently push back and center and gently push back and center. You're taking the shoulders back, not the chest forward. Remember that. We don't want to arch the back. We want to keep that spine nice and straight. And breathe in. And breathe in. And once more. And breathe in. Last one. Good. And arms down. Good work. All right, give your arms a really good shake because we are now going to grab our resistance band and find some more exercises to do to strengthen those arms and shoulders. So resistance band, a great way to improve your posture. We want to hold it so that it's about shoulder distance apart, okay? If you have any issues with your shoulders at all, then you want to take your hands out wider, not stretch the elastic, but actually take your arms out, your hands out further apart, okay? So hold it where it feels comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in. Bring your arms up above your head and your shoulders down. Gently take the elbows and shoulders back and release. So what we're feeling right now is a squeeze between those shoulder blades. We squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Once more, squeeze and release. Keep your arms in the same position as you come over. So that means that top arm is not dropping down, long arms still. Use your waistline and squeeze. Good, again, up, shoulders down and over. And up and over. Good, back to the center. Let's take the arms down to the legs, and the more you stretch back, the harder you work, and then bend to release. Pulling back and bend. And bend. Good. Release. Belly button gently drawing back towards the spine. You don't have to go deep here. You do need to keep those heels on the floor. It's just a little release of the legs. And again. And last one, we're going to hold. Arms are at about 45 degrees. You're going to tuck your chin so you're looking at that elastic. Then you're going to take the elastic up above your head. So arms are now beside your ears. If you find that because of your shoulder flexibility, you can't get your arms up this high, just go to where you feel comfortable and then lower the arms all the way down. Deep breath out, lift those arms, and deep breath out, take it down. So we breathe in at either end. Deep breath out, up we go. Chest is open, shoulders down, deep breath out and lower. The back is strong here. We're in a hinged position, so really important that that belly button is gently drawing back towards the spine. You can use your breathing to help you with that. And lower back down. Stand up tall, gently pulling back, and we release. 1. Watch that those arms are not coming too high here. They only need to lift to that 45-degree angle. You are in control of your body parts. Or are we? So make sure that you stop those hands before they get too high. Let's hold the next one and hold. Knees are over the toes, chin is tucked, so the back of the neck is long. We lift the arms as we breathe out, breathe in and hold, and breathe out, take it down, and out. Breathe in and hold, and breathe out, lower down. Keep the pelvic floor lifted, and lower down. We're going to do 2 more of these. Slowly up, don't rush it. Feel the shoulders working. Now, if your neck is getting sore, I want you to bend those elbows a little bit more and don't go as high. And there we go, stand up tall, good. Let's let go of the center of the elastic now and hold onto the end. So if you don't have handles, that's okay, as long as you can stand in it and have enough length. Make sure you're lifting up out of the hips. Have a look where your feet are. They should be underneath the hip bones, okay, so not too wide. Stand up tall, lift the pelvic floor, belly button gently drawing back. Okay, we're going to put a small bend in the knees, and then we're going to do our bicep curls. Good. Remember, we want to have those wrists strong here, so don't let the elastic pull on them. If your elastic's a little short or a little too tight, you don't have to bring the arms all the way up. You can just come halfway or even smaller if that's what needs to happen. So we want to get to a point where we can feel that tension. Try and pull through the tension a little bit, but protect your wrists as well. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Transfer your weight now. So take your right foot off the elastic. You can leave your toes on the floor if you need to for balance. If you want to work harder, lift your foot off the floor. But if you're wobbling around all over the place, just pop those toes back on the floor, okay? Better to be balanced. And then we curl. 1, and 2, and 3. Yes, one side is tighter than the other. It is meant to be like that. 5 more, and 1, whoops, and 2, and 3, and 4, last one, and 5. Good. Let's bring those feet back to hip distance, small bend, and we're going to curl in again. So by the time we get to 30 of these curls, you should be really feeling those bicep muscles working. So it's the front of the upper arm. Okay, we want to feel it starting to get really, really warm, even burning now, because I lost count. Surprise, surprise. Let's call that 10. Good. Transfer the weights. You should be feeling that right now in the front of the arm there. If you're not, maybe you need to pull on it a little bit harder. All right, balance, lift the pelvic floor, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Good, and back to the center. Give those arms a little shake if you need to. Still standing with our feet about hip distance apart. We're going to bring the arms together in front of us. Don't let the shoulders roll when you do that. If you can, bend the elbows, not lifting the shoulders. bend the elbows and put some tension in that elastic, okay? Let's bend the knees over the toes and stand. Hardly any lean at all with this one compared to earlier. Just a little bend. So we want to keep those shoulders down, and we use those tummy and core muscles, the pelvic floor. Deep breath out as we stand. So you can feel the arms working still, but at the same time we're working the legs and the core, the pelvic floor as well. Good. And last one. And release. Good job. Okay, carefully step off your elastic. Give your arms a good shake. All right, before we go any further, my favorite. Let's pop one handle on the floor. Let's stand at the end of that elastic so it's not going to slip out from under our foot. I have my right foot on the elastic here, and I'm going to hold the other end with my right hand. Again, you want to keep your wrist strong. The other thing you want to make sure is that this other leg, this left leg, is right beside you, and you're back in that stance with your feet underneath your hip bones and you're standing up tall. So don't leave it back here, okay? Bring it in. We're going to take this elbow now, this right elbow up towards the ceiling, and tuck that hand in at the back behind your head or down by your neck, okay? Lift the elbow as high as you can. If you can't get it right up here, that's okay. If you are down low though, you're going to stretch like this. Not completely straight, but you want to keep that upper arm part in exactly the same position the whole time. So let's stretch up. 1 and 2. Belly button gently back so we're standing tall. We're not leaning, we're not sinking into the hips either. 5 more, and 1. Elbow high, 2 and 3 and 4. Good, and 5. Now we take the other hand up. We place it on top of the right hand, and then both hands pull up. 1, elbows high, 2, 3, see if you can get those arms nice and close to your ears. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, we're going to let go with the left hand, take it outwards, and we're going to see if we can do another 10 with that right arm. 1 and 2, and hopefully we're starting to get nice and warm through here. 4, keep breathing, breathe out every time you push it up as it gets harder. 2 more, last one. Good, elbow out to the side and slowly bring the arm outwards as you come down, okay? So don't come straight down the front. You've got to open up that chest, get your shoulders into position before you release. Okay, so I'm simply going to place my left foot exactly where my right foot was and just change hands. Bring my feet about hip distance apart again so I'm standing up nice and tall. You all with me? Let's take that arm up, elbow as high as you can. It may be different on both sides as well. Work with your limitations. Are we ready? Let's go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Belly button back, and 6. Stand tall, and 8 and 9. Last one like this. Good, we take the other arm and place it on top, elbows in and push. 1, 2, remember you can breathe out with each lift. And 5 and 4 and 3, I hope those arms are getting warm. And 1, good, release the right arm, left is still high, we go another 10, yeah? 1 and 2, keep that elbow up. 3, not sure, place your hand there. And 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, last one, and 10. Good job, and take it down. you should really feel those muscles getting nice and warm, unless of course your elastic is way too light for you and it needs to be upgraded. Let's pop the elastic down now. We're gonna give those triceps a little bit of a stretch out before we grab our weights, and then we're gonna head on down to the floor and do some stuff with our weights down on the floor as well. So starting with the right arm, take it up above the head again. Drop that hand back down to your neck, and if you can, use your other hand to pull that elbow towards your head. You can come over the top like this, you can pull like this, and your other option is to just walk the hand down the spine. Okay, see how close to your head you can get that arm, that elbow. Good, let's release it all the way around, and other side up, hand down and pull. So we can feel that stretching right through here. Good. And open the arms out to the side, shoulders are down, little bend in those elbows. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades and release all the way forward. We're going to breathe out and squeeze, and breathe in and release. And again. And last one. Good. And arms down. Okay, if your neck is getting a little bit tight, make sure you loosen that up as well. We are going to grab our weights now. If you find it's too much on the neck, then pop the weights down. Okay, we will get those legs working as well, because I think they're feeling a bit left out. So we'll do some squats with the weights. So we've got to keep those arms working still. Take your feet so that they're about shoulder distance apart now, and your toes are pointed directly forward. So have a look and make sure they are before we head off. Okay, lifting that pelvic floor, complete control. So nice and slow, coming down and slowly up. Slowly down and slowly up. Remember to keep your chest pointed forward. It doesn't need to face the floor. These are squats. Okay, if your knees aren't strong enough to get down deep, then that's fine, don't go that far. You do want to keep those legs moving though. Keep them strong. Good, I don't know about you, but my knees sound a lot crackier and noisier than I've ever noticed. Deep breath out. And again. And again, we're going to hold the next one, because I don't know how many we've done. Okay, so you are again in a hinged position. You shouldn't be upright. You also shouldn't have your bum up high, okay? So we're going to lower the arms. We're keeping those elbows slightly bent and pull the elbows back past the rib cage, opening up the chest. Don't let those shoulders lift to the ears. And again, tuck your chin. Keep the back of the neck long. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up tall. Good, let's take those feet out wider and turn them out this time. The further out you turn, the harder it is to get those knees over the toes, so just be aware of that. If it hurts the knees, just bring it in a little. Hands onto the shoulders, elbows out, hands above the shoulders. So as we push up, we push straight up to the ceiling. If you are hinging at the hips, as you come down, you're going to find you're pushing your arms forward. It's going to cause a lot of stress into that upper back, neck, shoulder area. So try and keep your back upright. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Ready to hold? And hold. Good. Let's bring those arms down. All right, keeping from this position, we're going to squeeze the waist and pull up tall. Draw the belly button back and squeeze the waist and pull up tall. Let's breathe out and out. Good. Watch those arms aren't dropping forward. You don't want those elbows pointing to the wall behind you. Let's go one more each side. And again. Good, and stand tall. Bring those elbows in and lower the arms. Good job. Okay, we're going to do the rest of the weight stuff down on the floor. So just pop your weights at the end of your mat. Give those arms a good shake. Loosen them up. Grab yourself a drink of water and then come and stand at the end of your mat and we'll head on down into a plank. So when you're ready, you're standing at the end of your mat and you're standing nice and tall. Lift right up out of your hips, feet flat on the floor. Good. All right, let's bring those arms forward. Let's breathe out and squeeze back just gently. And breathe in, coming forward again. Once more, breathing out. And breathing in, arms down, chin to the chest. Deep breath out, roll down towards the floor, arms hanging underneath you. Don't stretch the arms. Let the weight of your upper body and your head, your arms, let your weight stretch those muscles. Let's roll back up. Breathe in and stand tall. And again, breathe out. Roll it down. Arms are relaxed. Good. Okay, now we're going to bend those knees so that you can get your hands down on the floor. Now you can either be on your fists or you can come down onto flat hands. That's completely up to you. Don't push your thumbs into the floor. Slowly walk yourself out. Chest open. Arms out about the width of your mat. Shoulders back. And as you lower the tailbone, make sure you tuck that bum underneath, under you, pelvic tilt into a plank. So you can hold it here. If you want to make it a little easier, you can come down onto your knees. Just make sure you're not sinking those hips towards the floor. You do need to feel the tummy muscles working. If your hips are hanging, not only is your lower back going to get sore, but you can't feel the tummy muscles working either. So draw the belly button back and find a position where you can feel them working. If your wrists are a little bit sore up on your hands, you can come down onto your elbows. It is also a little harder to do a plank down here. And then of course you can always do it on your feet and elbows too. So we're almost at a minute now. We are going to hold it for 2. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Any pressure, pain, heaviness, anything going on in your lower back, then I want you to make sure that you have your knees on the floor and that your bum is not hanging too low. If you can't feel the tummy working, but you can feel it in the shoulders, then perhaps your bum is too high. Lower it down just a little bit. Make sure you've got your pelvic tilt and that belly button is drawing back. Still breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Of course, if you need to stop, stop whenever you need to. If you can hold it for another 30 seconds, that'll make it 2 minutes. I don't believe we need to hold a plank any longer than that. You can make it harder if 2 minutes is too easy. But with all the other exercises that we do, 2 minutes is longer than 2 minutes is not necessary. Okay, let's go for the last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stretch back into child's pose. Now really make those arms long. In fact, walk your hands away from your head. So the arms are long. You're stretching through the shoulders. You're relaxing your neck. Sitting back as far as you can. Good. Okay, we're going to come down onto our tummy next and just work on the upper back muscles. We will do the lower back as well while we're here. So let's start with our hands underneath the forehead. Relax your shoulders. As you breathe out, we're going to lift at both ends. And then we're going to breathe in and lower down. You're going to keep your chin tucked to your chest. If the neck is sore, or the shoulders, you can always leave your arms on the floor. But Don't look forward, don't look sideways. Breathe out as you come up and breathe in as you lower. Nice, slow and controlled movement. So we don't want to feel the back hurting at all. You may start to feel the muscles tightening a little, but there shouldn't be any pain or discomfort at all. Okay, for those that want to make it a little bit harder, let's lengthen the arms. Okay, drop the chin back to the chest and go again. Deep breath out and in. Again, I don't want you aiming for as high as you can go. Okay, it's about lengthening the spine when it comes to Pilates. Working on those back muscles in a good way, so we don't need to overextend the back. Keep breathing out and in. And again, out and in. Let's do 2 more. Deep breath out and in. And last one, deep breath out and in. Good. Slip your hands underneath your shoulders or just behind your shoulders. Pull your elbows towards your body. And then I want you to feel your shoulders draw away from your ears, back towards your hips. Draw the belly button back, maybe even give your butt a little squeeze, and we're going to push ourselves up into a mini plank position. If you can feel it in your back right now, stick that bum back a little further, okay? All right, from here, we are going to bring the knees under our hips. So we should now be in a nice square position with the floor, wrists directly underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Okay, let's take the opposite arm and leg and lengthen them out. Small lift if you can balance. Lower it down and slide back in. Other side, lengthen it out. Small lift if you can balance. Lower it down and slide back in. So we want the 1, 2, 3, 4 movements. We want them to run smoothly, but you do need to remember to slide out and slide back in. If you lift your leg too high, you're going to feel yourself topple forward. If you drop into your shoulder, your supporting shoulder, you're also going to topple forward. Belly button gently drawing back. Let's go out, deep breath out and in. You can feel the upper body working after everything we've already done. Good, let's do last one. Should make us even. And bring it in. Good work, okay. So I'm going to give you 2 options. This is going to be the easier option first. Take your hands out about the width of your mat. You're still squared up with the floor. You're going to lower yourself down like so. Slide forward onto your chest and then take the bum down. From here, your chin is still tucked. You're going to stretch those arms out above you. Swing the arms down to your hips. You can see my upper body is lifted off the floor here. If that hurts your neck or shoulders, your head comes down, okay? And then we bring the arms back up, slide them back underneath of us, push up, release, okay? Coming down, chin tucked, stretch the arms, head on the floor if you need to, hands to the hips and back up, arms back in and push up and release. For those of you that are going to work a little harder, you start in a mini plank and you stay in a mini plank, okay? So you come down, slowly lowering, and you do the same arm movement. Again, head on the floor if you need to, hands back in, chest open, shoulders back. Don't forget, shoulders back, away from the ears. Feel the back of the neck getting longer. Even here as we come back up. Shoulders back. Let's go again. Deep breath out and lengthen. Breathing in and breathing out and lift. And again, down you go. And lengthen. Bring it up. And push. Last one, lower down. Arms lengthened. Back up. Hands in. Push up and stretch back as far as you can. Relax your neck. Walk the hands away from you so that you're stretching the arms and you're stretching into those shoulders. Good. And release. All right. How are those arms going? All good out there? Let's turn around and have a seat at the end of the mat. I did promise that we would use our weights when we got down here, so best we do. Of course, if the neck and shoulders are too sore, don't use your weights. Sit as tall as you can. Make sure your feet and knees are roughly hip distance apart, and your knees should be pointed straight up to the ceiling, so don't let them collapse outwards or in. Okay, if you need a little bit of extra support, you can always stick a cushion underneath your bottom. That's going to help take pressure out of your lower back and your hips. Just make sure you feel like you're hinged forward slightly when you're sitting on that cushion. Okay? All right, grabbing the weights if you're using them. We're going to start sitting up nice and tall, chest open, shoulders down. We're going to drop the chin to the chest and then take the chin to the ceiling. And back down again. And chin to the ceiling. And look forward, lengthening the back of the neck, pelvic tilt, lean back a little. Hold it there, use your tummy muscles. The weights are away from your body, but your elbows are bent. We're going to push up 1 and 2 and once more, 3. Good, and sit up. So you don't want to feel it in your back. So the further back you lean, the harder that's going to be. You're going to feel the tummy muscles tightening. They're holding you there, supporting your back in this position, especially when you add those weights into it. And again, tuck and lean. Use your tummy muscles the whole time. 1, shoulders relaxed. 2, we want those arm muscles and tummy muscles working. And lift. And again, back we go. Pushing 1 and 2. Don't forget to breathe. I know there's a lot of things to think about. And back up. Let's do that once more. And tuck. Can you feel the tummy muscles switching on? And sitting up. Good job. Sit as tall as you can. Take those hands onto your shoulders. Push straight up to the ceiling 3 times. Remember, if you need to put the weights down, then do so. If you are sitting on a cushion, you better move it. Let's roll down to the floor slowly as you can. Good. Elbows take them out to the side. Push to the ceiling 3 times. Straight up to the ceiling. Good. Roll up. If you want to, you can bring your feet off the floor. If you want to, you can leave your feet on the floor. This is a little easier. It's up to you. Now I'm only halfway up, okay, so my back is still round. Let's twist for 4. Keep it small. Good. Lower the feet to the floor and hands back to the shoulders, sitting up. We go 3 shoulder presses. Then we bring the arms in, we do a pelvic tilt and we roll down to the floor, elbows go out. We push straight up to the ceiling, chest presses here. And then we roll back up, balancing if you can. Then we twist for 4. Good, feet to the floor, sit up tall, hands to the shoulders. And again, 1, 2, let's try breathing. Deep breath out, roll it down, spine to the floor, and push up. 2, 3, and roll up again, and balance if you can. 4 twists, keep them small. Sit up tall, let's do that once more. 1, 2, how are those arms going? 3, they feeling good? Roll it down. Elbows out, push up. 1, 2, 3. We're going to roll back up and twist for 4. Good. Feet to the floor, sit up tall, and then we're going to roll slowly down onto our back and rest those weights over the front of the hips. Like so. Bend your knees up a little bit more. Okay, so I'm not gripping my weights here, okay? I'm just gently holding them with the palm of my hand so that they don't roll off my hips. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are pointed to the ceiling. We're going to go up into a bridge. So take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, pelvic tilt. Squeeze that butt a little, lift those hips as high as you can. Breathe in and breathe out. Roll it all the way back down. And again, off we go, breathing out. Breathe in at the top and breathe out, roll it down. Remember, we're not gripping the weights here. We want the butt and the back to lift them. And back down. So really use that breath as well. That's going to help you roll the spine along the floor, not just on the way up, but on the way down as well. 2 more. Slowly up. Breathe in. Breathe out, take it down. And again, breathing out as you roll up. Breathe in. And breathe out, roll it down. Good. Okay, so again, it's up to you whether you hold on to your weights or whether you put them to the side. We are going to take our elbows out to the side now. And we're going to take our legs up to tabletop. Belly button is sinking down into the floor. Remember, you can always roll your mat up, tuck that roll underneath your tailbone, okay? Not under your back, under your tailbone. I have seen it said on so many different sites to stick it under your back, but that is not going to support your back at all. In this position, my back is pushing towards the floor. Now it's supported, okay? So that's where it needs to be, under the tailbone, pushing your back towards the floor. Because even if you're not using your mat, you should feel like your back is pulling towards the floor. It may not be on the floor, but that's where it's pulling to. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a single leg extension, and as we do that, we're going to bring the weights in front of the belly button, and we're going to curl up. And then come back. So if it hurts the neck at all, then you don't have to lift. You can just do the movements without the upper body lift. So I'm alternating sides. We're going right and back and left and back. Remember, the lower the leg goes, the harder your back will work, and so will the tummy. So make sure you can feel the back supported. So there shouldn't be any pain or aching through your lower back at all. Breathing out and in and in. Stop if you need to. For those still going, we're going to do 4 more, 2 on each side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. I'm going to bring my knees towards my chest to relax the hips and back. Okay, I'm going to leave my arms out to the side. And then I'm going to take my feet up to the ceiling. So it's a little harder up there. So if you need to support your hips a little bit more, make sure you're using that mat, okay? Feet up, one at a time, and push your heels towards the ceiling. So we're lengthening those legs as much as we can. Then we're going to turn the feet out so it's just the heels together. Now the arms in front of the chest, or belly button again, okay? Elbows are bent the whole time. Strong wrists, strong elbows, strong shoulders. Everything moves out into a V, and then we bring it all back in. Out and in. Control how far the legs go. There should be no straining through the groin and inner thigh area. You can feel the belly button sinking into the floor. Want to go harder, lower the legs towards the floor a little. And if you're tight in the hamstrings, you're already going to be here, so make sure you have that mat tucked up under your bum. Last one. Good, and hug it all in. Relax your arms as well. Good job. Okay. We're going to pop the weights down. So keeping your elbows on the floor, very slowly lower the weights down. Then you can carefully turn them so that they're on the floor flat, and then roll them away from you so they're not on the mat. Okay. We're going to take those legs back to tabletop now. Place the hands onto the knees. Opposite arm and leg are going to extend out, and then we're coming back in. So we're still using those arms, and we need to make sure that we are keeping the rib cage pulled down into the floor as we move. And again. Again, the lower the leg goes, the harder you work, and you can always curl up as well if you want to work the tummy even harder, as long as it's not hurting the neck. Let's do 6 more, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and bring it all in. Head to the floor. Take your arms above your head now, both arms. Okay, now, if you can't get your arms to rest down on the floor, having them up a little higher is perfectly fine. Okay, as long as your shoulders have not crept up to your ears. So just relax those elbows, relax your shoulders. All right, let's take those legs back up to tabletop. This time we're going to bring the legs together. Belly button sinking down. So the aim here is to get that butt off the floor. So pull down through the center of the body and breathe out as you curl up. What's the point of the arms above the head? I'll tell you. The arms above your head, again, are making the rib cage area, the upper abs and the obliques, the sides of your abs, work a little bit harder to make sure that when you release out of this curl, your back doesn't lift away from the floor, okay? So if you feel your rib cage lifting off the floor, when you come down, then perhaps you need to lift your arms up a little higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. If you want to, you can take your feet to the floor with your knees bent. If you want to leave them in tabletop, then you can do that as well. A little bit harder there. Let's curl up and see if we can take those hands towards our calves or even our ankles. Deep breath out and back. Deep breath out and back. And again. If your neck is sore, then just support your neck while you're doing this. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, so I'm going to take my left foot to the floor, keeping the knee bent. I'm going to stretch my right leg out so my knees are at the same height. I am now going to take my right hand and place it on my neck with my elbow pointed out to the side. So it's now supporting my neck. My left arm is still above my head. Now we're going to do obliques. So as we breathe out, we come up and over, touch the outside of your knee. Are you ready? Hips anchored into the floor. Try not to bring that straight leg towards you. The trick is to go to it. 5, 4, 3, keep that arm relaxed, 2, 1. Good. So we're going to take that foot to the floor. We're going to change arms. We're going to lengthen out the left leg now, knees at the same height. And we're going to bring the right arm over. Make sure you're aiming for the outside of the knee when you do this, because we want to keep those hips on the floor. 5 more. Last one. Good, and take that foot to the floor. Bring your arms back down by your side. You'll be glad to know we're nearly finished. Let's take a deep breath in. Breathe out, pelvic tilt, roll up into your bridge. Hold it there. As you breathe in, you're going to bring the arms up and down. And then we're going to breathe out and roll back to the floor. And again, breathe in. Breathe out, roll up. Breathe in, arms up and down. Breathe out, roll to the floor. And last one, roll it up. Breathe in, arms come up and down. And breathe out, lower to the floor. Good, bring your knees into your chest now, hands behind your knees. You can give yourself a rock or 2 or 3. We're going to roll to sit up. So if you have got your mat rolled up underneath your bum, you're going to have to release that. And up you come. For those that can, it's not going to hurt your back or your hips. I want you to try and balance at the top. Keep breathing deeply. Start to relax your shoulders. Make sure the neck is not getting too tight as well, so don't look up. Slowly start to release your grip, if you can, completely. Making sure those shoulders are still down and your elbows are bent. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. See if you can hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take both feet to the floor, stretch out those legs, sit up tall, push the chest forward. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs now. Drop your arms, drop your head. You might feel a little stretch through the lower back as well, or even up into the upper back, neck area. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. When you breathe out, I want you to feel your spine all the way along your spine, all the way up your back, relaxing, including that neck. If you relax your arms, you can feel the shoulders roll forward, and that'll allow to stretch into the upper back as well. Let's do that again, breathing in and deep breath out. Okay, belly button back as you sit up nice and tall. Let's take the legs out wide, sit up, push forward, drop the arms, relax the neck. Now you should be looking towards your belly button here so that your neck is relaxed as much as possible. And keep checking that as you hold the stretch, because you might find you start to tighten up again. Inner thighs are stretching here. Deep breath in through the nose, deep breath out through the mouth. Feel it all relax. Let's do that again, breathing in through the nose. Don't forget to check that neck as you breathe out. Good, belly button back, and we sit up nice and tall again. Good, bring those legs in. Let's take the right leg across the body, pull it back as far as you can. Now remember, you just want to pull that knee towards your chest, whether it's with your hand or with your whole arm. You need to keep pulling it in. That starts a stretch through the side of the hip there. Then you use your other hand to lift you and turn you so that we start to stretch into the back as well, and the waistline. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. So you should still be sitting nice and tall, still pulling that knee towards you. Slowly release back around. You're still sitting tall, so make sure you move in and out slowly. Change the legs. Hug it in, sit up tall, breathe in, and breathe out, turn the other way. Good, and slowly release. Okay, I want you to give those legs a really good shake. We're going to come up onto our knees. If you can't be on your knees, you're going to be standing. So we're on our knees, we're going to take the right foot forward. We want to square up with the floor. Use a wall, chair or table if you have to help you balance so you can get into position. If your foot is here, then you're just going to walk it forward a little bit to make sure that ankle is underneath your knee. Then all you are doing is a pelvic tilt and a hold. And so you do much the same movement. Standing, it's like a lunge if you're standing. Pelvic tilt, so that we can feel this leg stretching but also feel the hip opening at the front there. Again, if you're wobbling around, just use something for support, preferably not another person or an animal. Something that doesn't move. Good, and release. And change legs. Make sure you're squared up, pelvic tilt and hold. Pulling up tall. All right, now I think we need to start stretching out those arms. What do you reckon? Let's come into a crouch position. I want you down as low as you can go. Then you're going to relax your neck, chin down to the chest. You're going to push your bum up to the ceiling so you are now hanging upside down. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Now before we go any further, I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, I want you to feel your arms get heavy and sink towards the floor. So you can feel a stretch between the shoulder blades into the neck again as you relax your neck too. Now draw the belly button gently back. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Slowly roll yourself up to stand tall at the top. Good. Breathe in, arms come up. Breathe out, squeeze back. Breathe in and out and in and out. Two more, and in and out and in and out. Arms to the side, legs wide and over. Stretch that arm at the top there. You can use the other arm for a bit of support now if you need to. And the other side. Lengthen that arm right out, up over the top. Don't let it drop below your chin. And up. And again, breathing out. And in. And breathing out. And in. Arms to the side, bring the feet back in. Good. All right, take your right arm across the body. Use the left to pull it towards you and hold. Make sure your shoulder hasn't crept up to your ear. Drop that shoulder down. And open out wide, other arm. Across the body, pull it in towards you, shoulder down. Good, and release, and triceps, arm up, hand to the back, and pull it in like we did earlier. Make sure you're standing tall, not leaning. And release, nice big circle of the arms as you release from this one, so that you don't draw those shoulders forward. Good, those arms should be feeling a little better now. Good, let's move on to the neck then. Chin to the chest, chin to the ceiling. And again, down and up. Try not to move the rest of your body, just the head. To the right and left. To the right and left. And forward, ear down. And over, and over, and again, and back to the top. Good, breathing in and out. Breathe in, shoulders up. Breathe out, shoulders down. Breathe in, gently take the elbows back, not too far, and release. And again, up and hands to the ears. Lift the shoulders up and down. So all we're doing is drawing those elbows back so that they are in line with our body, okay, not behind us. They just need to be in line with the body so that we can release comfortably. Good. All right, well done everyone, good work. So if you do feel a little bit stiff in the neck and shoulders tomorrow or even later after you've done this workout, maybe just a little bit of a heat pack, loosen up those muscles and then do some more of those stretches that we've just done. Take care everyone, well done.